Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to see workflow in Sitecore. So let's get started. So what is workflow? A workflow is a series of predefined steps that reflect the work processes and procedures for creating web content in your organizations. So workflow is basically the states, for example, draft state, pre-approved state, approval state. So the content needs to go from first draft state to final state. So this is generally used for content authoring. So for example, from draft state to approved state, so content must be checked properly and then only it should be published and went to live site. So for that, workflows are implemented. For example, workflow state could correspond to the creation, review, and approval stages that item must go through before they are published on your websites. So these are the stages through which content should go before they are published to the live website. We can implement any number of different workflows. As a minimum, each workflow must contain two workflow states, the initial and final workflow state. You can only publish an item in workflow if it is in final workflow state. So for any item to be publishable, it should be in final workflow state. If it is in other than any states, it cannot be published. Workflow items. So we have four different workflow items. First one is workflows, second is states, commands, actions. So what is workflows? The parent item that contain all the sub items that make up the workflow. Let me switch to other slide. We have example there and we can get more idea on this. So here in the workflow, you can see in example, there is a sample workflow. So this is the example of workflow. So this is a topmost part in the workflow items and beneath that state commands actions reside. Second one is states, the basic building blocks of the workflow. The workflow state represent the different stages in your content creation process. So here there are three states: editing, reviewing, and published. Whenever the content is created, it would be in editing state. After that, it will be going in reviewing state, and then it would be go to published state. Third one are commands, moves content from one workflow state to another. When the command is executed, the item is moved to the workflow state that is defined in the command item. So here in this example, we have submit, approve, and reject command. So whenever these commands are executed, it would be moving from one workflow state to another workflow state. So for example, here in editing, we have submit command. So whenever this command will get executed, it would move to reviewing state. In reviewing, we have approve and reject. So if we click on approve, it will go to next state, that is published. And if you click on reject, it would go to previous state, that is editing. And final one is the action. The actions that are automatically performed on the items when they are in particular workflow state or when particular workflow commands are executed. Here in this example, auto publish is an action. Whenever the content is in publish state, auto publish action will be performed. So it will publish the content automatically, whatever the content is present in the final published workflow state. So here in this workflow state, editing would be the initial workflow state and publish would be final workflow state. So this is the example for the workflow state that we have seen. So these are the references that I have used. In this video, we have seen theory part for the workflow. In next video, what I will do is I will perform demo on workflow. So things will get more clear on this. That's it from this video. Thank you for watching.